Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of We Love Bikes. I'm Peter and I'm here with Bay, also a very cool rider because of his custom cafe motorcycle. So Bay, first off, tell us what goes off in your head when you first pick up a motorbike? Like what's your ambitious?
Well, I would say, I was excited and nervous at the same time because, two wheels, anything can go wrong with
Right.
two wheels. So
Right.
it's a bit dangerous, but that's like, it's a challenge, I started pretty young with I remember it was the little Honda 50cc something.
Right.
That's how I first started how to ride a bike.
Right.
So I was excited, but it's nervous at the same time because I could crash and I could get injured or something.
Yeah.
But I think I could feel the sense of freedom.
Yeah.
If I know how to ride a bike, I can go anywhere I want. I don't have to just rely on someone else
Right,
or just
right.
walk.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe if I learn how to ride a bike, then I can go anywhere I want.
Yeah. But
Freedom.
how old were you when you picked up the first 50cc bike?
Yeah, probably 10, something like that. Yeah, 10, 11. I can be
Yeah.
something around that. Yeah, I was really,
Yeah.
young. I mean, I was little actually,
Yeah, and then you
And
I think when you're little, that's like you're like a scientist. You want to test everything. So
Yeah.
your first test was a motorbike. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So and my parents bought this little Honda 50cc for us, for me and my brother to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
And so that's what's the first start of
Yeah.
the love for motorcycle,
Mm-hmm.
motorbike.
Oh, cool. So and you recently bought your first motorbike. How old was that?
Actually, I just bought the one I'm riding right now early this year. I think in January.
Yeah.
And took it to the custom shop right away.
Yeah.
And then custom the way I want it. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, so you basically tell them what you want.
Pretty
You
much,
want
yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Why cafe? Like I mean, it's actually a Ninja 250, right?
right.
Yeah. So Ninja 250 customized to the cafe bike.
Yeah, it's a combination of a cafe racer and scrambler and tracker, kind of all combined in one bike.
Yeah.
So the idea was I was looking for a bike that I can use every day around town.
Yeah.
Also look cool, at the same
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
a bike a good looking bike, unique,
Yeah.
practical as well. Not too big, not too small.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found this bike
Mm-hmm.
and it was pretty, it's pretty new, a really good condition, and the previous owner didn't really use it much.
Yeah.
So I found it and I got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
So I bought this one and then I, picture in my head that I wanted this bike to look a certain way, So
Yeah.
I took to the shop and talked to the owner of the shop. Hey, what do you think about this one? I want to be a certain way, the way I
Yeah.
want it. So yeah, and then we just started the project and it took, 2-3 weeks
Yeah.
actually to finish the first part
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
The thing about cafe bikes, well, we know every style.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own style of bike. Some people like sports bike. I think your back gets hurt.
Yeah.
Once you get older, I think man, like it gets a toll on you.
Right.
But cafe bikes, you got sport bikes, you got
Yeah.
touring bike,
Yeah.
and you got all these different types of bikes.
Yeah.
And you choose cafe because, of course, cafe looks cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And here's one thing about cafe. What I like about cafe is that you don't have to like dress up in like full sports gear.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
like a
right.
guard, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can have like a leather jacket and
Yeah,
jeans, and you're good to go. you
Right,
know?
right.
So that's cafe, and you obviously use it around the city.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Have you gone somewhere far with it?
The furthest I've gone to probably Simon Loop.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
That was fun. I rode it with a few friends. The other guy has enduro,
Yeah.
and other small bike. So and this one handled pretty well in the mountain. It's not the best bike, because the way I chose the tile that I
Yeah.
use, it's for more like 50-50 tile.
Yeah.
So it's not really good on the regular road here, on especially in a turn. I have
Yeah.
to go slow on it. So
Yeah.
it took a while to adjust to this bike, but after a while it's kind of like easy.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. So that's because it's like a sports cafe, is it? Like cafe
Yeah.
racer. I say cafe racer.
Right,
because-
you can
because-
say caparezza, but I would call it more scrambler.
Oh, scrambler.
Scrambler,
Yeah, because you do
yeah.
the tires too.
Yeah, and the handlebar is a bit higher than
Yeah.
the cafe racer.
Right.
So I would call it more like a scrambler. Yeah.
All right. See, that's
Yeah.
that's and then after, do you have any more plans in doing customs? What do you plan on doing more?
So next, I'm hoping to change the gas tank. So
Yeah.
have the shop custom made the shape. The way
Oh, the
that,
shape of the gas tank.
Yeah, well, that fits the bike more.
Yeah.
Right now, it was the original gas tank.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go together yet, but soon. When you custom your bike, it gives the bike the character of the owner,
Right.
and it shows that this is your bike. And
Oh, okay.
also, you custom it the way you want it to look, and also the way that it can handle on the road.
Right.
So let's say if you don't want to lean too forward,
Yeah.
you make the handlebar
Oh,
bit
okay.
higher,
Yeah.
so it make it better
Yeah.
and feel safer on the road.
Right.
And or you make it lower, higher to fit your height. So
Right.
I think it's not just to look cool, but I think it's also for the safety purposes.
And since we're talking about safety, our family members, our girlfriends, they're like, hey, we don't want you to ride too much motorcycle because, it's too dangerous. So what's your ideal in being safety?
So the bike has to be a road legal bike, no matter how how much things you've done your bike. I think it has to be road legal, and then you have all different parts that that's strong or safe
Yeah.
to use. And when something happens, when you fall, or when you riding on the rain, it has to be
Yeah.
support you, have to help you in those situations. For
Right.
example, you gotta have the mirror, so you
Yeah.
see the bike or the people behind you.
Yeah.
So you have to have the good towel that fit for
Right.
any road.
Right.
Or those things that it has to be comfortable to ride. It has to be right fit for your body or
Yeah.
your height. And for example, you need to have a good helmet,
Yeah.
in case you fall, to
Yeah.
protect your head. So that kind of stuff. Or you can wear gloves as well,
Yeah.
and a jacket to protect all those.
Yeah.
So I think safety first is important.
Yeah, it's brings me back to the first time I was in at the Yamaha dealership, and this guy has an R1, but he's about maybe like 5'5". He's pretty short. He's a short guy, and I'm like, is that your bike? And because we're talking about the motorcycle should fit you, it shouldn't be bigger than you because you got to be able to control it, right? And he's like, this is my bike. I'm like, how do you get on that? And he's like, I tiptoe, and sometimes I use a sidewalk, as like support. I'm like, that's a little too much. But again, if you like motorcycle, those are the things that you sacrifice for, right?
Yeah.
So apparently, I think for people with short legs, probably better for cafe bikes or one of those cruiser, right?
Right.
Yeah, because a touring bike is definitely too tall for me too. Yeah. So, anyways, that's in terms of choosing your bike safety. And what about the weight and the handles? You think like even the biggest guy can handle a motorcycle?
Yeah. Anybody can ride a motorcycle if you learn how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
At first you might want to either borrow someone's bike or go to the shop where they teach you how to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I think that's important. So some people maybe you know how to ride like a scooter or moped,
Yeah.
but the motorcycle is different. So it's heavier, it's bigger, it's different design. So you might want to get comfortable with the
Right.
motorcycle first before you get on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's actually a pretty good, thoughtful way of saying you don't match description for people to ride motorcycle because we here in Thailand, there's a lot of people who are very skinny, very short as well, and they ride sports bike, they ride motorcycle. I mean, if you love something, you do it. But like you said, riding motorcycle is about balance. Okay, and when you got the you can balance it, then you can ride it. But you recommend people would go to school first, or
Right.
should they buy like a low CC bike? Well, how's that work?
Ideally, I would prefer people to go to school or to classes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of places now offer these kind of training courses.
Yeah.
You can pay; it's not that expensive anymore.
Yeah.
Or if you have someone that were experienced in riding a motorcycle
Yeah.
and willing to teach you
Yeah.
in a safer environment, then
Right.
that's also an option. But I would recommend go to school or and then also practice a lot. I think that's really important.
Right.
Just to
Yeah.
practice and then get comfortable on your bike to make sure that you can handle the bike well.
Right. Okay. So this is another could be a debate here, and it's concerning safety to a lot of people.
Yeah.
When you're on the road, especially okay, we're in Thailand. This is Asia country, and there's just everything on the road. There's mopeds, there's scooters, there's big bikes, and then there's cars, and most importantly, trucks, whatever, on the road. And we learn to share the road. But in times like this, people are in a rush always. They're going like, how do you cope to that? Like, what is your thought about being safety on the road?
Right. For each country, they have their own rules about who goes first, who
Yeah.
had to wait on the light
Yeah.
or at the turn or the roundabout. So in Thailand, I found that yes, there's a law for that, but you have to be aware of all time, be cautious, like what's around you.
Yeah.
Even though you follow the rules, everything, but other people may not follow the rule,
Right.
so they might just come to you and hit you,
Yeah.
on the side or something. You always have to like look around, just be aware of, hey, what bike coming? Is this car coming?
Yeah.
Before you turn or anything. So anyone's crossing the road. So I think just to be alert, be cautious, anywhere you go in Thailand. So I think so. Then you don't have to, face those like
Yeah.
accident and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. And also because you customize bikes, of course, you can remove a bunch of stuff. And you mentioned about safety. You gotta have everything that's legal that's on the road. And you mentioned a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people. They don't use this. There's a side view mirror.
Yeah.
You gotta take that off because it doesn't look too good for the bikes.
Yeah.
But it just takes away your vision.
Yeah.
I can understand customizing bikes with like basically nothing legal on the road
Yeah.
and use it to race, like
Right.
on the racetrack.
Right.
That's completely fine. I mean, a racetrack, you don't need a license plate. You can take that off because it like blocks the wind.
Right.
Yeah. So when you're on the road, these type of things are crucial. It's like you gotta pay attention to who's behind you.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of people without the side, they just look right with the helmet on. They would always look back. Hey,
Yeah.
how do you see that?
Right.
So having those helps a lot, and also having a license plate, not hidden,
Right.
and just displaying properly.
Right.
That is very good. If you get in road checks here in Thailand, the police can give you a lot of
Yeah.
trouble. They look at it and say, hey, your license plate not displayed properly.
Right.
Like, that's 200 baht. Things like that, right? So I just want to encourage people actually to, if you're going to customize, you can customize, but you should actually customize it so that it's legalized, like what you said.
Right. Yeah. Like for me, if I don't have to worry about the legal stuff, I would customize it different way because I don't have to worry about license plate,
Yeah.
mirror, everything. I just want to customize, to look really cool, it's fun to ride.
Yeah.
But I have to think about, okay, I'm not riding by my own. I have other passengers, I have other people who riding, who use the same road to share
Right.
the space. So I don't want to cause a problem to anybody else. Also, I gotta respect the law here as well.
Right.
So so you want to think about everything around you. So
Yeah.
just make it legal,
Yeah.
and then you don't want to cause a problem to anybody else around you.
So anyways, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, subscribe for more. And if you would like to ask questions or anything, make sure you give a comment, and we're always here to answer that question for you. All right, cheers.
Cheers. Bye.